Welcome to today's analysis. It's July 18th, 2026, and we are diving headfirst into a really fascinating piece of astrological and spiritual writing. The text we're looking at today takes a deeply serious, impactful look at the planet Saturn, or as the source calls it, Sayyara Zuhal. Now, instead of just seeing it as this giant gas planet floating out in space, the author actually positions Saturn as a kind of active cosmic shield, a shield against enemies, life's obstacles, and misfortune. It's a pretty striking perspective, right? It blends these massive planetary movements with our everyday human struggles. So let's unpack exactly how this text claims you can harness all that energy today.
Okay, let's dive into this. We'll be moving through 4 key areas today. First, Sayyara Zuhal ki Taaqat, or the power of Saturn. Second, Aaj ke Khas doke, the day's special physical remedies. Third, the 12 specific zodiac verdicts. And finally, a very specific spiritual remedy. Let's get right into it. Section 1, Sayyara Zuhal ki Taaqat, looking at Saturn as the ultimate cosmic judge. So to really understand the rest of the text, we first have to understand how the author views Saturn itself. The source defines it as the absolute most unique, justice-loving, and destiny-changing celestial body out there. In this framework, Saturn really isn't something to be terrified of. Instead, it's presented as the ultimate teacher of life's hardest lessons, and honestly, the great rewarder of honest, hard work. What I find super interesting here is the practical takeaway the author gives us. Because Saturn is supposedly in this highly powerful, justice-oriented alignment today, the text considers it the absolute perfect day for resolving those lingering legal matters or making long-term plans. But there's a catch. The cosmic judge only rewards people who operate with complete honesty and immense patience. If you put in the grueling work, the text claims Saturn will literally alter your destiny.
Part 2, Aaj ke Khas doke, the physical rules of the day. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is how the source moves from big cosmic ideas to everyday actions. It's a sudden shift, right? We go from abstract concepts of justice down to very tangible physical actions. The source doesn't just say, hey, be a good person. No, it outlines highly specific rituals that it claims will actively appease Saturn's energy right now. To align yourself with Saturn today, the text actually recommends wearing or surrounding yourself with its favorite colors: dark blue, black, and charcoal gray. But beyond just what you wear, it mandates a specific act of charity, or sadka. The author advised donating mustard oil or black chickpeas to someone in need. According to the material, performing this exact charitable act will neutralize Saturn's negative effects, what's often called a difficult dasha or dushprabhav, and successfully open up life paths that have been completely blocked.
Moving on to Section 3, 12 Sitaron kahal, the specific zodiac verdicts.
This is where the text jumps into a fast-paced forecast, blending career advice, relationship warnings, and financial predictions, all based on Saturn's current spot in the sky. Let's see how the cosmic judge has ruled for the first few signs today. For Aries, it's a day of total vindication. Career struggles finally come to an end, and senior colleagues actually acknowledge your hard work. Taurus is heavily favored by luck today, specifically with profits tied to foreign exchange or travel. Gemini gets a bit of a yellow light, a caution regarding health and careful driving. But don't worry, it does promise a positive financial resolution by the evening. And for Cancer, the focus shifts heavily to relationships. It's marked as an absolutely excellent day for business and marriage, where collaborative plans with a partner are practically destined to succeed.
Building on that momentum, notice how heavily the source emphasizes dominating your opposition for this next group. Leo is forecasted to actively dominate their enemies today, with legal decisions expected to fall squarely in their favor. Virgo, meanwhile, relies entirely on mental strength to win the day, which the text says will bring fantastic news for students and your love life. Libra gets a forecast balancing peace at home with a highly specific promise: financial profit stemming directly from old property deals. And Scorpio? The text says they are going to experience sky-high confidence today, culminating in a major commercial deal that is specifically facilitated by their siblings. It's very specific stuff.
Wrapping up our zodiac breakdown, let's run through Sagittarius to Pisces. Sagittarius is looking at a growing bank balance and a really nice increase in family respect, but you've got to pay close attention to Capricorn here. The text highlights Capricorn's special status today simply because Saturn is its actual ruling lord. Because of this connection, the text claims Capricorns will experience absolute dominance and command respect everywhere they go today. Aquarius is handed a dual verdict. You must control your expenses, but you're also perfectly positioned for golden success in international or online business. Finally, Pisces closes out the list with the promise of a massive income boost, specifically noting that old friends will help you recover long-lost money.
Finally, Section 4, Saturday Wazifa, the ultimate spiritual appeal.
After that rapid-fire journey through the stars, the source text takes a noticeably different turn, shifting back to a much calmer, deeply reverent tone. And this brilliantly illustrates the core philosophy of the source material. It introduces the recitation of Ya Maaliku, which translates to the true owner and king of all. The author explains that by reciting this specific name, you are acknowledging the ultimate cosmic authority. The text claims that focusing on this one phrase is the absolute key to freeing yourself from all types of worldly fear, enemies, and obstacles simply by submitting to the true owner of destiny.
So, the crucial point is exactly how the author instructs the reader to perform this. It's not just a casual suggestion, it's a highly structured three-step process that the text says must be done specifically after the evening prayers, either Maghrib or Isha. Step 1 is to read the Durood Sharif exactly 11 times. Step 2 is to recite Ya Maaliku 100 times. And finally, Step 3 requires reading the Durood Sharif 11 times again, followed by a deeply personal prayer for protection, the end of your difficulties, and financial prosperity.
We've explored a pretty fascinating text today, right? One that maps out a very specific path to success and protection through this unique blend of planetary alignment, charitable acts, and highly structured spiritual practice. The author's central promise is that by following these steps and understanding Saturn's justice, you can permanently remove life's stubborn obstacles. They even encourage their audience to comment the phrase Ya Maaliku as a final act of participation in this cosmic alignment. It's an incredibly structured approach to finding control in what is often an unpredictable world. So I'll leave you to ponder this final thought based on the source text we just unpacked. Are you ready to claim Saturn's blessings?